Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be reviewing 3 new shades that Peripera came out with for their over blur tint. We have shades 13, 14, and 15. I'm actually looking forward to 13 the most because it's this mocha mousse brown color. You know the drill, we're going to be swatching these as well as comparison swatches. We're going to be doing a transfer test and then I'll give you my final review of these shades. As part of their promotion, they also included a mini version of their ink velvet tint. I wanted to show you how cute and tiny it is. Such a cute mini packaging. Starting off first, this is shade 13 Mocha House. This is labeled as a warm mute shade. It does look quite similar to the promotional picture. Beautiful mocha brown color, which makes a lot of sense because it is inspired by the mocha mousse brown trend. This was the shade that I was looking forward to the most and it definitely did not disappoint. Very beautiful taupe brown color, super flattering, has a very nice muteness for my natural beige skin tone. My skin tone is neutral, slightly warm tone, and although this is labeled as a warm tone shade, it's not too warm tone. You probably already know about this formula, but it is pretty similar to previous shades. You have this very nice velvety like texture, super moisturizing. It's going to be semi-blurring for the gradient look. Really easy to blend, really easy to blur. Has very nice pigmentation, easy to layer, very smooth application as well. Similar to Rowan's Blur Fudge tint, but it's a lot more lightweight. It's not as velvety or clumpy compared to Rowan's. Really good stain as well, which I will do a transfer test later. The more they apply, the more deep and mute it is going to look. Sort of this mauve brown color for the full look. Super flattering. Mocha mousse browns do tend to be a little bit more cool tone, but this is labeled as a warm tone shade, so I highly recommend this if you're a warm tone and looking for a mocha mousse brown shade. This looks really beautiful just by itself, but I think it would also look good with a lip liner as well as a gloss on top. So it's very versatile formula as well. Let's go ahead with the transfer test. You can see it did transfer quite a bit, but it has a really pigmented stain on the lips. Super moisturizing as well. Here are some comparisons. At the bottom is Mocha House. On top of that is Bia's Last Velvet and So Good Fig. And the Peripera's Ink Moon Matte Tint in 15 Acorn Brown. Overall, they have a very similar muteness. I'd say Acorn Brown does have a little bit more brown. It's a little bit more warm tone as well. Bia's does have slightly a little bit more purple in it, but it does have a very similar mauve. At the bottom here is one of my favorite mocha mousse brown shades in Peripera's Ink Moon Matte Stick 12 Hip Brown. It's slightly a bit more mute, lighter, and it does have more of like a gray brown color to it. Less warm tone. And then of course I can't forget their Ink Velvet collection. On top of Mocha House is Nutty Nude and then Caffeine Nude. Caffeine Nude at the top is a little bit more brown. Nutty Nude is probably the most similar to Mocha House. Very similar undertones, but it can go a few shades darker. Next up, this is 14 Daily Rosy. This is labeled as a light neutral shade and it's described as being a natural rosy color. Compared to the promotional picture, it does look a little bit more light. It's not as pink or vibrant. I was kind of hoping this to be a little bit more mute, but it does look a little bit too light for my natural beige skin tone. It sort of looks like a pink purple color, similar to a Cool Pink on top from Etude, but maybe slightly a little bit more light. And although it's neutral, I think this does lean slightly a little bit more cool toned. For the full look, we can see a more pigmented pink purple shade. The more they apply, the more cool tone it is going to look. It's a little bit more mute for the full look and it's not as pale as the gradients look. Daily Rosy is at the bottom. On top of that is Cool Pink on top and then Mauvish. Cool Pink on top does look more purple. Daily Rosy looks similar to Mauvish, except it might be a slightly little bit more mute. At the bottom here from the same collection is number 6 Mauve Trimming, which looks really similar to 14 Daily Rosy. The biggest difference is that Mauve Trimming, similar to Mauvish, is a little bit more bright and Mauve Rosy is a little bit more mute. Overall very similar, but just a slight difference in their brightness. Last but not least, we have 15 Soulful Plum. This is labeled as a mute cool tone shade. Very similar undertones as the previous one, except this one can go a few shades darker and a little bit more purple, a little bit vibrant as well. It's a cool tone for me, but it does have very nice pigmentation, leaning towards mauve-ish from Roman, or they also have shade number 6, Mauve Trimming, which on the chart, they're really similar to each other. So I'm gonna have to swatch them later. For the full look, it definitely is a lot more vibrant, grape-like color. Not a shade color that I typically would wear. I think this will look really good if you're a cool tone. 15 Soulful Plum is at the bottom, and then again we have 6 Mauve Trimming from the same collection on top, and then they're Ink Velvet and 28 Mauve Nude. For Soulful Plum and Mauve Nude, they look the most similar to each other. For the pink to purple ratios, they do have more purple in it, sort of this violet purple, and they're quite similar to each other in muteness and shade. Alright, so for my intro and outro video, I went ahead with Cool Pink on top as a base, and then 13 Mocha House in the inner corners. Cool Pink top is a cool shade, and Mocha House is a warm tone shade, so they do contrast for their tones, but overall on the lips they do look really nice together. I also did apply Mocha House on my cheeks as well, and it works really well as a blush, and the formula helps a lot because it's really easy to blend and blur. In conclusion, you can definitely tell which one is my favorite. Number 13, Mocha House. It does look quite similar to shades that are already on the market, especially Nutty Nude from their Ink Velvet collection. It all depends on what kind of formula you're looking for. As you know, their Ink Velvet collection is one of their most popular best-selling formulas. It's very creamy, variety of shades, and really easy to blend, really easy to blur. It has a very nice stain, up to 6 to 8 hours. For the overblur tint, it does have a really good stain as well. More than 4 hours of a stain depending on eating and drinking. And it does have a blurring function compared to their Ink Velvet. Nutty Nude can go slightly dark. I personally find Nutty Nude a little bit too dark for me. So I think Mocha House is a really nice option if you are kind of on the go person, you don't really want to think too much about pigmentation. Easier to control the color if you want something that's more natural. 14 is a neutral, but I would say it's slightly more cool tone because of the purple in it. Overall, these two looked very similar to each other in their undertone. 15 is slightly a little bit more vibrant. They also did look quite similar to Mauve Trimming, number 6 from the same collection. So that wraps up today's video. I hope that you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.